Hello, my name is Rafiqul Islam. What's your full name?
Atharul Islam.
Can you spell your full name for me, please?
Yes, sir. Azharuslam. That's the thing.
Where do you come from?
I come from Sylhet.
What do you like about your town?
I like the natural scenario of my town very much.
Do you work or are you a student?
I work.
Where do you work?
I work in a shop.
Please tell us about your shop.
I work in a shop. The name of my shop is Arong. It's located at Sharak, Sylhet. It's a 3-story building. It's very neat and clean. There are about 45 people work there. And I enjoy my work very much. That's all.
What do you do in your free time?
I watch TV and read newspaper in my free time.
Have you got any hobbies?
Yes, sir.
What are some of your hobbies?
My hobbies are gardening and traveling.
Hello, what's your full name?
My name is Syed Ahmed Jafar.
Can you spell your full name for me, please?
Yes, sir. SYEDAHMEDJAFOR.
Where do you come from?
I come from Sylhet, which is a division of Bangladesh.
What do you like about your town?
I like the natural scenery of my town.
Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student.
Tell us about your college.
The name of my college is Madanman College. It is located at Namabazar. It is a 5-story building. It is very neat and clean. There are about 60 teachers in my college. About 2,000 students are there in my college.
Thank you very much. Have you got any hobbies?
Yes, sir, I have hobbies.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 3 brothers and 4 sisters.
Now, I would like you to ask each other some questions. Mr. Azhar, I would like you to ask Mr. Jafar about his hometown. And Mr. Jafar, I would like you to ask Mr. Azhar about the weather in his country. Now think about the question you want to ask. You have 1.5 minutes. You can write down your questions if you want to. If you do not understand, please ask me. Mr. Azhar, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Please ask Mr. Jafar your questions.
What's the name of your hometown?
The name of my hometown is Sylhet.
Where is your hometown located?
It is located at the bank of Shuma River.
What is it known for?
It is well known for its tea garden.
What do people in your hometown do?
Many people are businessmen. Some are doing private and government jobs.
What are the main industries in your hometown?
There are some industries here, like Fidya, Fukuli, and Bonafol are there in my hometown.
What problems face your hometown?
There are some problem faces in my hometown, like traffic jam, sanitation, and parking system.
What language do people speak in your hometown?
People speak Bangla language here.
How many people are there in your hometown?
There are about 2 lakh people in my hometown.
Do you like your hometown?
Yes, of course, I like my hometown.
Why do you like your hometown?
I like my hometown because it is very neat and clean.
How is the education system in your hometown?
In my hometown, education system is very standard.
Why is your hometown different from Dhaka?
My hometown is very neat and clean. Very like um,
How is the communication system in your hometown?
the communication system in my hometown is very standard.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jafar, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Please ask Mr. Ajahar your questions.
What's the weather like in your country?
The weather in my country is dry and moist.
Does the weather affect your mood?
Yes, it does. The weather in our country affects me.
How many seasons are there in your country?
There are 6 seasons in my country.
What's your favorite season of the year?
My favorite season of the year is winter.
What do you like to do when it's hot?
I like to be in an AC room, or I take a shower twice every day.
How is the climate in your country?
The climate in my country is moderate temperature.
Which is the coldest month in your country?
January is the coldest month in my country.
Which is the warmest month in your country?
April is the warmest month in my country.
What is the average temperature in your country?
The average temperature in my country is 26 degrees.
Which season do you like most?
I like winter most.
How much does it rain in rainy season in your country?
It rains heavily in rainy season in my country.
Does snow fall in Bangladesh in winter?
No, snow doesn't fall in winter in our country, especially in December.
So thank you very much. Now in this part of the test, you are going to listen to 2 recordings and answer some questions. You can make some notes if you want to. You hear some people talking about traveling to work. Do they travel to work by car, bus, or train? Now, listen to the information.
IELTS life skills. A1 speaking and listening test. Script 1. How do you travel to work?
Well, the roads are very busy, so I get the train with my friend. It's expensive, but that's okay because it's very fast. I leave home at 8 o'clock and we meet at the railway station. Only the boss drives to work because there's one parking place for him.
Script 2.
Do you go to work by train?
No, it's much too expensive. £9. So I go in my car with a neighbour. He gives me money to pay for the petrol, so it's quite cheap. It's about 35 minutes to drive to work, but over an hour by public transport.
Mr. Ajahar, in the first recording, does the woman travel to work by car, bus, or train?
By train.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jafar, in the second recording, does the man travel to work by car, bus, or train?
By car.
Thank you very much. Now listen again and answer these questions. Mr. Jafar, in the first recording, who does the woman travel to work with? And what time does she leave her house? Mr. Ajahar, in the second recording, who does the man travel to work with? And how many minutes is the journey by car?
IELTS life skills. A1 speaking and listening test. Script 1. How do you travel to work?
Well, the roads are very busy, so I get the train with my friend. It's expensive, but that's okay because it's very fast. I leave home at 8 o'clock and we meet at the railway station. Only the boss drives to work because there's one parking place for him.
Script 2.
Do you go to work by train?
No, it's much too expensive. £9. So I go in my car with a neighbour. He gives me money to pay for the petrol, so it's quite cheap. It's about 35 minutes to drive to work, but over an hour by public transport.
Mr. Jafar, in the first recording, who does the woman travel to work with?
friend.
And what time does she leave her house?
8 o'clock.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ajahar, in the second recording, who does the man travel to work with?
Neighbor.
And how many minutes is the journey by car?
35 minutes.
Thank you very much. Now, you are going to talk together about travel. Tell each other about what transport you use and what you like and why you don't like about it. Please talk to each other.
Do you like traveling?
Yes, I like traveling.
Why do you like traveling?
I like traveling because I get pleasure by traveling.
With whom do you like traveling?
I like to travel with my friends. Sometimes I travel with my family members.
Do you like traveling alone or with anybody?
Most of the time I like traveling with my friends. Sometimes I travel alone.
What transport do you use when do you travel?
I use most of the time train when I travel. Okay. Do you like traveling?
Yes, of course, I like traveling.
Have you traveled your whole country?
Actually, I haven't traveled in my home country.
Do you like traveling abroad?
Yes, I like traveling abroad.
How many countries have you traveled so far?
I travel many countries like India, Nepal, and UK.
When did you travel for the last time?
Last time I traveled 2012.
Do you have any plan to travel next month?
Yes, of course. I would like to travel to England.
With whom do you travel if you visit any foreign country?
I travel alone. Sometimes I like to travel with my friends.
Do you use your private car while traveling?
Yes, of course. I use my private car. Sometimes I use bus and train.
How do people of your country travel most of the time?
Most of the time in my town, most of the people use buses or sometimes use train.
What's your favorite way to travel?
My favorite way to travel is train.
What ways do people like to travel in your country?
Most of the people like to travel by train also, but sometimes people travel by bus.
Is it easy to travel by bus in your country?
Yes,
What countries do you want to travel to?
I like to travel India, Nepal.
Thank you. This is the end of the test.